Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Michelle, also known as Simply Shell. If you're new to my channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I appreciate all the love. Before we get into today's video, I would like to give a huge shout out to Premium Jane, a CBD dietary supplement that I just recently started using. Premium Jane offers high quality CBD products that can help assist and support mental focus, that can help support a greater sense of calm, as well as other uses. Additionally, the brand also helps to moisturize the skin and conditioning through a selection of high quality topical products. One of the pros of Premium Jane products is that they are all vegan, non-GMO, and third-party laboratory tested for purity and quality. Since taking these supplements, I've noticed a drastic change in my overall focus, my mood, and my sense of calming. It really does help me to relax throughout the day, but yet it still gives me enough energy and focus to get all the tasks I need to do without feeling overwhelmed. Another thing that I like about Premium Jane is that it offers you 60 gummies, which is double the amount of most products. Usually you get 1 month supply, but with this, you get 2 months supply. You can take 1 or 2 as needed every 6 hours. It all just depends on your tolerance. One thing I also like about it is that the gummies contain very low THC, so you don't have to worry about feeling, I want to say, you know, that high feeling. If you have to go to work, if you have to go out somewhere where you have to be around people, you don't have to worry about that abundance of that high type of feeling. You're still going to be able to do everything that you need to do. It's just a little bit more easier, a little bit more calmer, and you know, smooth sailing for you. And unlike other supplements, it's really great tasting and it gets the job done, so it's a win-win situation for me. Not only does Premium Jane offer CBD gummies, but they have bath bombs, they have oils, they have capsules, they have topicals for muscle and joint pain, and they also offer CBD products for pets. So the wait is over. If you're interested, if you're somebody who has a very hectic schedule, suffering with a lot of anxiety, panic attacks, you get overwhelmed very easily, I feel like Premium Jane products will help you so much. Another thing that I really loved about Premium Jane is the packaging. The packaging is really, really pretty. I love presentation. One thing about me when I'm gonna buy something, I don't know what it is about presentation, but presentation is everything. It's really, really pretty. The gummies taste really good. It's almost like you're taking a piece of candy, and that's one thing I like, because whenever taking any type of medication or any type of dietary supplement, you want to make sure that it's great tasting so that you get the best out of it and you enjoy it while you're taking it. So if you're interested in purchasing you some, I'll be sure to leave the link down below, and if you put in my promo code SHELL, you also get an additional 20% off. So hurry up and check that out before that sale goes away. Also, you can head over to their Instagram page and you can check out their daily posts and keep up with them. Time to get out of that funk and start to actually feel good, feel better, have more energy, live more, smile more. Dose a day will keep the low energy out the way. With that being said, thanks again, Premium Jane, for sponsoring this video. Okay guys, in today's video, I have my lovely husband here who is going to be joining us for today's video. As you can tell by the title of the video, you kind of have an idea of what this video is going to be about. So basically, in this video, I'm going to be talking to my husband, and where he's going to be giving his feedback of how it is being in a marriage and dealing with mental illness. The things that he has faced, how it is for him, how he deals with it, and so on and so forth. So without further ado,
my name is Eddie. For those who don't know me or don't follow our channel, you should already be subscribed.
Yes, we have a couple channels, so if you guys are not familiar with that, I'll make sure to leave that down below. But his name is Eddie. We do a couple channels besides this channel. He also has his own reaction channel, so if you're interested in seeing more about Eddie, I'll be sure to leave all his information down below. Before I get started, I want to say that I know that mental illness is real, and I know that it's hard if you're somebody who's dealing with it, but I never really looked at it from somebody else's standpoint because they're not going through it. So to me, my situation seems more dire than somebody else who doesn't have it, but in all reality, it has to have taken a toll on him as well. So I'm starting to be more mindful of that, and I just want to know from his point of view how it has been for him dealing with this over the course of years. The first question I wanted to ask you, babe, was, when did you first discover I was experiencing anxiety and panic attacks?
When we first started dating, I believe it or not, I saw like sometimes everything was all good, and then sometimes you would just be like a little secretive and a little like private. And we were like, at that time we were like staying together and stuff like that. So when she would like dip off into the bathroom and stuff like that, I would just find it a little weird. But you know, ladies like their personal time and their privacy, so that's what it had a lot to do with. And then probably when we once we had my daughter Mia, when she was a real little baby, I remember waking up in the middle of the night, probably about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and
you couldn't find me.
She was gone. And I checked everywhere. We had a balcony, like a deck. I checked out there. It was freezing cold. I even checked the front. She was gone. But after that, you know, we had a long talk, and that's really when I realized that it makes her not herself. So I knew we'd have to move forward accordingly.
For me, when I first started experiencing those symptoms, I didn't know what it was. So being that we were still freshly in our relationship, I was kind of scared of what was happening to my body. So whenever I would feel it happen, I would try to run, like the fight or flight type of say. And I felt that it was easier for me to run away from him and not let him see me in that condition, because I wanted him to see me when I was at my best, not at my lowest. So I found it easier just to get in the car and just run away, just get away from him until the symptoms have subsided. So second question is, what are some lifestyle changes you have made, like to help manage my situation, my condition?
I'll be honest, it's been a not so easy road, I would say, because I love my wife, but to know her is to love her. Like everybody says, it's classic cliche. So she doesn't want anything to be wrong with her. I think that for a long time she tried to hide it. So when I would see certain things where I could pick up or try to help her so that she wouldn't feel so out and open and embarrassed about it, that would be a lot of it. But then the next time that I went to do that, or I already saw it before it was happening, it was about to happen, I would try to help the situation or maneuver it so that maybe you didn't have to deal with the things that you would normally have to deal with when you're not going through it. And she would tell me, why are you doing that way? Why are you doing it this way? And sometimes, I guess in the early stages of not knowing what it is, not wanting to identify it, not even wanting to claim it, that this is what's going on, it was hard because there was a lot of, she would like almost like hide it. I hide it, and it was, I could see it, and she knows we've had conversations about it before that, and then now when it was on set and it was happening, she just didn't want to like identify that was going on. So I had to like make up for that and kind of, normally people would just be like, oh no, I don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to go flip and flop? You have to be ready at all times to be able to handle and man the whole entire, we have a household. Man the whole entire household. Do this for this one, cook for this one, change this one, take this one here, drop this one off, without letting them know what is going on with mom. Because it's not fair to her.
I mean, the kids now know.
No, now they know.
But then they didn't know, but now that they do know, it's a little bit easier.
And there's a numerous amounts of things that we had to change, and probably is normal for other people and other couples, but it's not the same for us. And I'm okay with that. And I'm fine with that, because I love her, and when you love somebody, you love everything that comes with them. And you just sometimes have to learn what are those things. Sometimes they don't even know what those things are, because we're all progressing and growing as people. Sometimes we can't go far distances, even if we're just going to go out, get something to eat, or just go shopping. Doesn't matter if it's to a Target or a Walmart or something light. She can't always do that. And I've had to know that before I even ask, like, oh, well, babe, it's such a nice day, or, we're not doing anything.
You're more mindful of that
I'm
now.
I'm way more mindful of it, because I don't want her to feel bad, because these are the confines and the restrictions as to how it is right now, because she has progressed through the roof from then till now, and it's baby steps, but I'm here along with her. So that's why it doesn't matter what we need to alter or what we need to change in our lifestyle. I'm supposed to live this life with her. So that's the way that I look at it. So whatever life changes she needs to make, I need to make them too. This is our life together.
How has my mental illness affected you?
It's made me feel like sometimes I need to not completely take what you say in the heat of the moment, or whether or not I know that it's going on, complete face value. I can't take it like, oh, well, this is what she thinks of me. This is how she wants to address me. Nah, it's not like that. It's need to understand about people. And once I started really like researching, and I've even spoken to different people, as well as doctors, specialists, things like that, just for her, just to gain knowledge of it. And you know what? This is not an easy thing. I can't foresee how she's gonna feel in an hour, in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes. But I'm gonna tell you something. I've learned to be ready. I've learned to be ready for whatever it is, and I can spot it, and I can see it. I can be in a whole nother room. I can be somewhere else, but I'm so on point with it now that we don't even address it by name. I won't even say that she's having, that kind of attack. I can tell by her body, by her breathing, and also just the fact that she went from chilling right there with me, or sitting down right there, on her phone or doing something, to now she's in constant motion. and we had a conversation like an hour ago. She said she was tired. So without her saying anything, I can see that she can't stay still. And the only reason why she can't stay still is because that produces nervous energy. And I'll be honest, I've had to pull myself out of the situation because it's also like taking importance off of me, off of who I am, or who I know myself to be, or who she loves, who she fell in love with. And I'll be honest, you know, it's also messed with, you know, how I view myself. Because when you're like almost like an advocate for somebody, even with themselves or through themselves, you really get lost. And also, I was afraid that her perception of me, even, you know, romantically, because I was just letting myself go. I wake up so worried for a long time. I would wake up worried like, is she okay? Or sometimes it happened in the middle of the night.
I feel like it took a toll out on both of us. I feel like we hit a point where you were drained by this because you wanted to help me. I never forget one of the things he said was, if I could, I would take what you have and give it to me.
No questions asked.
And when he said that, it really was like, wow, this man really cares about me. And I feel like this, over the course of years, has taken a toll on both of us. Him trying to fix me, and it hurts him because he can't, and me trying to fix me and not understand how to do it, and me hurting because I can't give him all of me right now.
I'm gonna tell you something. In the situation, I want so badly to have her 100%, or what we deem or consider to be normal, which no one is normal,
right?
But what she wants for herself, how she wants to see herself, how she wants to do regular things without having a consequence or recourse that her body is going to put on her. I wanted it so bad for her. So I started getting lost in that. And I started being so selfless. Like everything started just becoming like, okay, for her. And then one day she started coming to me and saying like, why are you not doing anything for yourself? Yo, you're not even going to get a haircut enough like that. That's not like that. I'm kind of just growing it out right now also because of that.
Yeah, don't worry about that right now.
That ain't going on right now.
Right.
But, you know, she had to tell me and remind me to like do self-care, take care of myself, not forget that I am alive and
you're important.
Exactly. But I was so worried, and I still am worried about just her handling it, not having to worry about me. So she made me realize that the only way that she could not worry about me is if I take care of myself too. So that's what she taught me, even in this. So even if I wanted to be like angry about it, because I can tend to be like that too as well. When I can't fix something or fix somebody who I love, it brings me to anger.
Frustration.
And it brings me exactly full frustration.
I mean, that was one thing that I did witness in the beginning. I noticed that he would get frustrated with me, and it kind of felt heavier on me, and I wanted to call it quits in the relationship and just be alone, because it was like he didn't understand. It seemed like he was getting mad at me, but really he was getting mad at the situation that he couldn't fix it. So it really put a toll on our relationship, because he's trying to fix me. I can't get myself together. I'm not understanding why he's angry. We're both getting angry, and it puts a distance. But we have researched and we have learned, and it has been a long road for us. And each day is a struggle for me. But he knows now. He understands what happens to me, and he understands that it's real. And I appreciate it. So that's basically it. I just wanted to have him come on here because I know even if you're not in a marriage and you're just in a relationship, sometimes your boyfriend or your girlfriend may get frustrated because they don't understand. They don't understand mental illness unless they have it. So I wanted him to come on here firsthand because he's experienced it for me, the highs, the lows, and all the difficult emotions and transitions that I had to go through. So
and I mean, I fully believe that this what she's going through, the medical world, her, Google, they can look at it in a negative connotation. That's fine. I sat with it for many hours, for many nights, for many days, thinking about it, how to help her, what to do, what I can do, what other people can do, what are their options, what are the options, medical, holistic, things like that. And you know what? I came to one realization. It doesn't need to be perceived in a negative connotation. Whether or not people on this channel know it, which they should, because they should be subscribed and following you. She's been through trauma. She's been through a lot. So this now is her time of transitioning. She's transitioning, and this is like a metamorphosis. So this is the first time that it's calm in her life. This is the first time that the trauma is not narrating what she's going through and how she perceives it. And she's trying to handle that within her control system. So I see that and I respect it. So if she comes across abrupt or she comes across wrong to me, you got to take it with a grain of salt, because that's not her. That's her she's trying to perpetuate all of the things that held her back and hold her back. And when she has heavy breathing, you know what I think to myself? She gotta break through. So the only way that she's gonna be able to break through everything that is holding her back is to push through this.
Yep.
And I wouldn't change who I'm with. That's one thing I want to say. I want to go on record as saying that. There's nothing I'd rather do in my life than be here for her, for always.
He's always been there for me. Even though it's been rocky, I've never had anybody to be there for me, understand me. He's my best friend and my lover, my everything, but he really always has my back, my best interest at heart. Can't stress this enough. If you're with somebody that loves you, they will understand you. They won't make you feel bad for a situation that you can't control. They will uplift you. And no, it's not easy. And yes, I'm sure I've caused a lot of pain and stress on him, but not because I wanted to, but because I didn't understand what was going on with me. But the fact that he stayed with me through thick and thin, through my ups and my downs, and he never judge me. He was always just trying to figure a way to help me, and he lost his self during this. I know that he loves me, so I'm hoping that if you're going through this, even if you don't have somebody, a significant other or whatever, it's really important to talk to that person when you do start dating or whatever, and ask them how they're doing. Because for so long I was worrying about me and fixing me. I wasn't really worrying about how it was affecting my husband.
And to other spouses, to other significant others, friends, family members who are being that person's safe place, I would say, just know something. You're not sure whether or not you're going to be a safe place for somebody, but it's always best to be able to leave that open to somebody. How horrible would you feel if that was something that you could have helped or you could have prevented by you just being a little bit more patient and you just listening just a little bit more as to why it is that she couldn't make it to that event, why we couldn't go over nowhere for certain things and certain events that were going on. Why? Because she suffers with something that I can't even fathom. You can't even fathom. So you're not alone in being that person's safe place, and sometimes you need to take time for yourself to remember who you are and reinforce your strength, because it's not easy. But you know what? I'm gonna say this: don't give up on that person. Because you would never want somebody to give up on you, especially if you're in that hard time. When I started getting frustrated and it was very confusing to me, especially in the beginning, I was losing a lot of sleep, and I started drinking a lot of energy drinks, and it onsetted a lot of palpitations as well as like affecting my nervous system, and it brought on what I believe to be as a panic attack or some sort of anxiety. Where it put me for that small amount of time, I can imagine that's just a fraction of what she goes through at will whenever her body wants to betray her. And you know what? I'm here for it. She don't gotta fight that one alone. We're gonna fight that one together. Always make sure that you stand by that person, because alone is not a good place to be. She already feels like that. Yeah,
it's not easy, but I really appreciate you coming on my channel, babe. Talking about this is always a sensitive topic for me, but it always feels better when I have him there to be my backbone and make me feel stronger as I talk about this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this gave you a little bit more light, a little bit more insight, and you guys feel better about the situation, because mental illness is real and it's very hard, but with the proper support, we can get through it, and you can get through it too. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, click the bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.